Hey there, Megan Barnhart here with my day 22 update for NaNoWriMo 2018. And just one tip today, and the tip is make it as easy as you can. All right, so my exciting news is today I actually finished. Woohoo! I really did it, Megan Barnhart. And here's my final trophy. Ended at 50,596 words. And here starts my tip for making it as easy as possible. Okay, so I only needed to write about 1,200 more words today in order to get to my 50,000 word goal. And I highly recommend you do that. Make the last writing you need to do something that you know is attainable. As I was working through this NaNoWriMo, through my very first NaNoWriMo, you'll have heard me say over and over again that my word goal for each day was 2,000, but that it was really hard for me and that 1,500 was my sweet spot. So I made sure that I didn't have to write past my sweet spot. In fact, if, I'm like not doing the exact math, but if I would have written, around 1,200, I would have been just fine, a-okay. So that's the first part of making it easy for me. That's one way that I made it easy. For my last writing spot, I didn't have to do a full 2,000. Okay, how else did I make it easy? The writing I did today was not my last chapter. I did indulge myself by writing a big old the end at the end of my last chapter, which was already written. But the chapter I wrote today was chapter 24. The question mark here is my note to myself that that was a chapter that needed to be written. I knew what had to happen in this chapter. It was very simple. I had to wrap up all the loose ends and plot points and clear the girl's name. They knew they hadn't done anything wrong. Their aunt believed in them, but the police, everybody else in town had to hear that they hadn't done anything wrong. Okay. So why did this make it easier for me? I already had this endpoint to write up to. I already had this final chapter. The final chapter for me is like somebody standing there at the finish line, wide open arms, energy drink, cup of coffee, whatever, like scotch, got my glass of wine here. Somebody is there waiting to welcome me. And I just had to get up to that point. And I actually talk about this a lot in Recipe for Drafting. One of the strategies I talk about is writing your final chapter earlier on so that you can have that friendly presence there waiting for you. Okay, so that's another way I made it easy. And the final way I made it easy was by giving myself a little bit of time. Like you'll notice from my writing sheet that I haven't been writing every day. So I was writing every day up until the Thanksgiving, like right before the Thanksgiving holiday. For those of you in the US, this is a time of travel, visiting people, and that's a time that's really important to me to go see my family. That's my priority. So I gave myself a break. I took the time off. I didn't expect I was going to write at all while I was visiting with my family. There did turn out to be a day where I got some writing in, and it was a bonus. And then, even once I got home, I didn't write yesterday because I'm coming back from the holiday and there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm teaching an event this week. There's just a lot to catch up with. But I made it easy on myself by not being demanding and saying I have to do it every day. And also by earlier on making sure I was getting in word counts that were giving me enough of a lead. So thank you so much, me of the past, who doubled up on that day 3 and wrote over 4,000 words and didn't enjoy it all that much, who then cleared space so that on this last day, I didn't have to write that many words. I could keep it simple, make it easy on myself. So I've given you a couple ways to make it easy for yourself. Those include writing more early on so you don't have as much to write later, writing your final chapter so you have something to write up to, taking the pressure off, really being clear about your goals. My goal here was 50,000 words. It wasn't to write every day. And so I was really clear on what the priority was and what needed to happen. Okay, one more thing about making it easy, or two more things. One is, use resources throughout this process. I was using my own book as a reference. You know, like, what are those free writes that I wrote down again? And what's this process? You know, you don't have to reinvent the process for yourself. Use what works. Grab a book. There are so many great books about writing and planning a novel, about self-publishing. Grab your, you know, something from your favorite author and just follow the guidelines and the help that is there and ready for you. Okay, and the last part about making it easy is actually less about making it easy and more about making it fun. Okay, super cheesy. I went ahead and printed out, you know, like, I'm a NaNo winner. And you could say, like, yeah, this is just a cheesy piece of paper and I had to fill in my own name. And what does it really mean? To me, what it really means is that I am motivated by something fun, something external, something that a lot of other people are doing, something that makes me part of a community. And this is not just a piece of paper to me. To me, this is a mindset trick. This is me knowing what motivates me. And it's being part of this fun group activity. It's doing something that has all this momentum behind it because other people are doing it as well. And this helped get me to the finish line. You know, this helped me write over 50,000 words in 1 month and, you know, carve out the time. Life is so busy. It doesn't seem like there is time. And in fact, there was. And there was time because I made the time. And I made the time because pieces of paper like this totally motivate me and the community and the people that I have met and connected with as a result of this. Okay, so the last one, it's like, make it easy by making it fun. Invite yourself to do it. Things that are worth doing might be challenging, but they don't have to be hard in the sense of like you're forcing yourself, and they don't have to be unpleasant. So if you can make things easier for yourself by using some of these tools and also by inviting yourself, making it fun, that is going to go a long way toward getting you toward your writing goals. So I am cheersing you for when you finish, whether it's NaNo or another writing project. I hope you have enjoyed this series I did as I went through my very first NaNo. And if you found some of these tips helpful, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel. I do put out new writing tips every week. And I love having conversations with writers. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. How do you make it easier for yourself? Or what do you use to make writing more fun and more doable? All right. As always, I wish you very happy writing.